What's good, y'all? It's your boy Muhammad Sanu. We here live at the Trail Report. You know what I'm saying? My boy C Hill. Y'all better stay tuned. You heard? Big talk.
LeBron James feels the Lakers take him for granted. James got his 1,229th career win, the most in NBA history, including the playoffs, while Luka Doncic and Rui Hachimura reached 15,000 and 5,000 career points, respectively. Nevertheless, Lakers GM Rob Pelinka gave the ball to JJ Redick instead. Rather than hand it to Hachimura or Doncic or James, Pelinka walked to the front of the room and presented the ball to Redick, who had just got his 100th coaching win, Dave McMenamin wrote. The report adds that James had a great relationship with Pelinka and with his coach, who has also happened to be his business partner in the podcast, which is Mind the Game, the LeBron James podcast, just months before getting the job. Even so, James felt disrespected by Pelinka's decision. But James, who played the past 8 seasons with the Lakers in Los Angeles and helped deliver the franchise their 17th championship in 2020, saw Pelinka's priority in that moment as yet granted. So, as you guys heard, Dave McMenamin put out a report that led people to believe, as the report said, that LeBron James feels that the Lakers take him for granted in a way, due to an event that happened after LeBron James' historic win, when he got the most wins in NBA history. As you guys know, I detailed the altercation, or not altercation, but the interaction, what happened. Pelinka presented the game ball to JJ Redick over LeBron James, who had just had a historic win, the most NBA wins of all time, over Luka Doncic, who got 15,000 career points, and Rui Hachimura, who had 5,000 career points in his career. So LeBron James kind of felt like that in a way. He was being, or led him to believe that in a way he's being taken for granted by the Lakers. I don't believe that he's being taken advantage of by the Lakers, or taken for granted by the Lakers. I think that I think that the Lakers, along with any other team that LeBron has played for in his career, I think that you kind of get used to the benefits of having a LeBron James. Like, you get used to the money and the jersey sales and the publicity and popularity. I mean, LeBron James is the face of the league. So when you have a LeBron James, and even past face of the league, LeBron James is one of those names in sports that transcends outside of sports or whatever. So it's not even just face of the NBA. He's a public figure to the point where he is outside of, his name is spoken in circles outside of just NBA or basketball. So I feel like the Lakers have gotten used to that aspect of him, like every other team has with LeBron James. Like, you get used to the perks that comes along with having LeBron James on your team. So I don't feel like they take him for granted. And I'm a LeBron fan myself, and I'm also a Lakers fan. I don't think they take him for granted at all. Now, the situation, and we're about to get into the whole situation that Dave McMenamin was talking about. The situation about that, I happen to lean on the side of LeBron with that, because not all accomplishments are created equal. And while I completely respect JJ Redick's 100th coaching win, I respect that. I get it. But I just, in a way, I feel like that, number one, you had a NBA record being broken, and two of your players just hit new career point totals. So in a way, I kind of lean towards LeBron as far as saying maybe the decision to give Redick that game ball wasn't the best move, because I probably would have opted for one of the players. Probably would have opted for LeBron. I mean, because that's an NBA record. I mean, a coaching win, or even the point totals for that matter. While that is important, don't get me wrong, those are amazing accomplishments, and I love the fact that Rui and Luka reached those point totals. I completely respect it, and I love the fact that that Redick got his 100th coaching win. That's dope. The fact that he got 100 wins as a coach is dope, especially from the fact of that people didn't feel like he could do this. People felt like, I remember when JJ Redick got the job and people were just looking at it well, they hired LeBron's podcast partner and he just got the job because he's friends with LeBron or cool with LeBron. That's the only reason why he got the job. He's not going to do anything. He never coached a team. He's never done this. He's never done that. But for him to get 100 wins as a coach, that's proving people wrong to the best of your ability, in my opinion, because he might not have done it to what you may have thought or what someone may have thought that he would have done. But one thing you can't deny is he's been to the playoffs both years that he's been the coach. So both years that he's been the coach, he's been to the playoffs. So he's not awful in any way. He's a competent coach that can get the job done, that can get wins in the regular season to the point to where you can get to the playoffs. I mean, at that point, you can't really complain about much. Now, is he, one of the elite coaches? I don't think he is. And it's not really anything that he is severely lacking. I just feel like that he hasn't done enough to where you can put him in that elite coaching category. I just really don't. And I respect JJ Redick. I do. I respect JJ Redick as a player. When he was a player, I respect him as a coach. Now that he's obviously our coach of the Lakers. And I respect him as a person. He's just a cool dude, but it's just I don't put him in nowhere near the elite category of coaching. But he is a coach that can get it done, and the 100 wins prove that. So I have no problem with the concept of Pelinka giving the game ball to JJ Redick for getting 100 wins. I have no problem with that. The only thing where I kind of side on, like I said, I side with LeBron on that is because while that is true, okay, 100 career wins, that's dope, that's wonderful, that's great as a coach, that's amazing. But an NBA record just got broken, so it should okay, let me put it in different terms to help you guys understand why I side on the side of LeBron with this. That's like when LeBron broke the scoring record. Like when he broke the scoring record and got the most points in NBA history, everybody remember he was going against OKC and it was a great game. And the shot and Kareem was there and everybody was there and the game stopped, all of that, right? That's like LeBron doing that, right? Breaking the NBA record and setting a new high. LeBron doing that, and then they give the game ball to Russell Westbrook or Patrick Beverley because Russell Westbrook just got his 9,000th double in his career. Like that's like you know what I'm saying? Like it's not, while that is a extreme accomplishment, it's not created the same. Or them giving the game ball to Darvin Ham because he just coached his 75th game, whatever. You get what I'm saying? It's not like all accomplishments and records aren't set at the same level. So I feel like when it comes down to when you're breaking an NBA record, I'm one of those people that if you break an NBA record or anything, I automatically give you the game ball. If you break you broke a franchise record or you're playing for a team and you become their all-time leading scorer, the game ball automatically goes to you. It don't matter what, it automatically, in my view, goes to you. I don't care if you might have lost the game. I don't care. The point is you set a new milestone for the team or for the NBA or for something. For that, you get the game ball. I'm just one of those people that feel like that. You get the game ball regardless of what's going on. You get the game ball, especially NBA record, team record, stuff like that. So for Pelinka to side on the fence of giving Redick the game ball because he got 100 coaching wins over LeBron, who just broke an NBA record, and even if you don't want to give it to LeBron, Luka just got 15,000 points, Rui just got 5,000 points, and you just skipped over that and just went to 100 career wins. It's not, excuse me, 100 coaching wins. It's not like, the thing for me is this. It's not like you can't give Redick the game ball next game, or next win or whatever. It's not like you can't give him his just due. Like, you can give LeBron the game ball and then give like give LeBron the game ball and give like I don't know, teams can, you can create stuff and create like a little plaque or whatever for JJ. Like, oh, congratulations, 100 coaching wins. Give him a plaque, and it's nice. It looked all professional and stuff. Teams can come up with that easily. Give JJ Redick a nice plaque. You don't need to give him a game ball because he got 100 coaching wins when you have a person who just broke an NBA record on your team. So I kind of get where LeBron was coming from that aspect. Now, the whole conclusion I don't necessarily agree with, because I don't think that they have taken LeBron for granted. Now, I do think, and I've said this multiple times, just being honest, I do think the Lakers have over time kind of fallen a victim to that we have LeBron mindset. And what that means is this: before they got Luka, and before we managed to somehow, thank you Dallas, but how we somehow managed to get Luka Doncic and stuff like that, I think the Lakers front office has, at times before the Luka stuff, I think they have fell victim to thinking like, okay, well, we can get whoever, and just because we have LeBron will make it work. I think they've done that a lot. I really do. Like, I think that they have gotten players that probably weren't the best. Now, I'm not gonna say LeBron didn't petition for certain players, like obviously the Westbrook thing, but and I said Westbrook, not Westbrick. I said Westbrook. But I think they have gotten certain players or have had certain schemes or systems or coaches that they just picked knowing that, okay, we have LeBron, he'll make it work somehow. And I feel like, don't get me wrong, every LeBron team that he's played for has done that to a certain point. I feel like every team, it's just when you have a player as great as LeBron, you kind of naturally fall into that rhythm. Like, you have LeBron and you have a player, okay, well, this player is averaging, I don't know, 5 points a game, but we can get him for $5 million less than it would take to get the player that we actually want. Well, he's somewhat as good as the player that we actually want. Well, let's just go sign the $5 million less player, and we can get him, and then somehow LeBron can elevate his game to where he can fill that role that we need as well. And so they fall victim to doing that. I feel like they've done that a lot over the stint of having LeBron. But as far as taking him for granted, other than I feel like having that in mind, like having the fact that we have LeBron kind of to fall back on, other than that, I don't think they've taken LeBron for granted. Now, I have felt like at certain points, at certain times, I felt like when LeBron has sent certain messages, I don't feel like they were necessarily received or received well, or maybe they were received, but I don't think they were handled the right way as far as the Lakers doing certain things. Speaking of Luka, I remember when we got Luka Doncic, LeBron said something that really made me just think for a while. He was joking, obviously, but he said, I don't really want to say anything because the last time I said something, they traded my best friend. Or he was talking about Anthony Davis, and he said something like along those lines. And what that made me think about was they didn't, which obviously LeBron probably wouldn't have said anything anyway. I mean, it's Luka Doncic, but still, they didn't even ask LeBron, or at least I don't think so. They didn't even ask LeBron hey, are you like comfortable getting rid of or moving on from Anthony Davis? I don't think they consulted him on that. I think they just knew, like they knew the player they were getting back in Luka. They knew the chance they took, and so they just were like, okay, let's just do it. And I don't even think they even consulted LeBron. Now, granted, I don't think they needed to. Like I said, LeBron probably would have said yes anyway. But but still, I don't think they actually approached LeBron and asked him if he would have said yes or what was his opinion on it. So on certain things about like the Westbrook stuff, and I remember, and I think they have put LeBron in situations to where he's had to, had to, where players can look at it and be like, oh well, if it was up to LeBron, I would have been there. Like I remember back in 2022 when we had Russell Westbrook, it was a thing where the Lakers released something that said, oh well, if LeBron would have signed off on it, they would have went and got John Wall and traded for John Wall and got rid of Westbrook. Which I'm actually, if that is the case, I'm so glad we did. I love John Wall, I do, but at that time we were probably better off keeping Westbrook at that point in time because we would have, how that whole situation shaped up. We were better off keeping Westbrook, honestly, but it's just so many situations I feel like that LeBron has been put into, and like has been put in position to take some strays. I feel like that wasn't really needed at certain points in times. So I do feel LeBron on that. I don't feel like he was neglected or like just pushed aside in any way. On certain things, I feel like he was left in the dark, but on most things, I feel like they tried to keep him in the loop. And as far as their commitment to him, I think that's been there, and I think they actually had patience with LeBron, and actually had patience through this whole stint of LeBron that they've had since 2018, and the record since 2018 has been since 2019. We missed the playoffs in 2019, obviously championship in 2020. First round exit in 2021 to Phoenix. Missed the playoffs in 2022. That was the big three super team with Bron, AD, and Russ. Western Conference Finals in 2023. Lost to Denver. First round exit in 2024 to Denver. First round exit to Minnesota last year. And second round exit to OKC this year. And in his stint with the Lakers, LeBron has averaged 25.9 points, 7.9 assists, and 7.7 rebounds in 479 games as a Los Angeles Lakers in his career. So, I think the patience has been there. I think the priority now. I do think with LeBron's time winding down, I think that the Lakers have gotten more prepped, if you guys get it, or prepared to kind of move on from LeBron because they know that probably next year if he doesn't retire this year, they know next year LeBron will probably be retiring, so it's going to be over after next year. So they'll have to start building the team, as far as building the team out from not having LeBron in your mindset anymore. So I feel like they've started to do that and prepare for stuff like that, and maybe that's why they didn't prepare or tell them about the Luka thing, because they kind of felt like, well, we have to learn how to make decisions kind of going off our own instinct. We don't have LeBron's experience or expertise to kind of go off of anymore. Like we don't have like LeBron to ask about trades and stuff like that. And I'm sure LeBron after he retires will be fine. Like, hey, do you think we should go get this player? I'm sure he'll have no problem with that. Unless he goes and owns the team in Vegas. If that happens, then he don't have no advice for you. But I don't think that LeBron has been neglected in his time with the Lakers. I feel like he's been appreciated. I feel like he's been recognized. Every accomplishment that he's done with the Lakers, at least from my memory as a LeBron fan, I think has been recognized, at least from a point of them pointing it out, or letting people know that he's done it. Like the scoring record, I knew about the most wins in NBA history. I knew about pretty much all the records that he's done since he's been a Laker. The Lakers have kind of celebrated it and made it clear that they really appreciate LeBron being a Los Angeles Laker. Now, on certain points, like I said, certain ins and outs, you could say that, oh, well, they didn't really appreciate LeBron as far as certain things they do. And if that's the case, I can't argue with you on certain things. I kind of feel like they didn't really appreciate LeBron on certain things as well. But I don't feel like it's a thing of where LeBron needs to feel like that he needs to move on or try to or move on or feel like disrespected by the fact of that they don't value him or value his opinion as much as they need to. I don't think it's a thing where he needs to feel like disrespected about it. I think it's just a thing of just kind of take it with a grain of salt, like kind of deal with it. I think they respect him to the point where the respect is there. Like LeBron said, one thing you will do is respect LeBron, and I think the respect for the Lakers and LeBron is there no matter what. I think that has been there his whole stint with the Lakers. I feel like they've respected him. They respected his opinion. They respected his influence. They respected who he is as a person, as a player, and even respected his voice as far as bringing certain players to the team or giving certain players shots or letting certain players flourish like they did. Like the one who always comes to my mind as far as that is Malik Monk. LeBron was able to and obviously Malik Monk was, that's God-given talent, but LeBron was able to put him in, or was able to lead the team to put him in position to let him flourish like he did and to let him obviously go earn a bigger contract somewhere else. So I feel like they have respected his influence and have respected LeBron's voice as far as trying to make the team better and trying to collaborate on the same goal, which is winning championships. So I don't feel like he's been neglected or not appreciated in that way at all. But it's definitely interesting to know how LeBron maybe sees things, and maybe as LeBron becomes a free agent, kind of gives me an idea to think maybe if LeBron doesn't feel as valued as he needs or wants to be, what's stopping LeBron from going back to Cleveland next year? Because if LeBron feels this way and Cleveland has the money to throw his way, then the Lakers might have to play next season with just Luka legend, because LeBron might be going back to where it all started. We don't know. It's definitely going to be interesting to see. But from a LeBron fan, I don't think the Lakers have undervalued LeBron as far as general on the surface things. I think they valued LeBron as much as they could, and as much as they felt was necessary. And from a LeBron fan, I can honestly say to the Lakers organization, I feel the love that they have for LeBron James. So I don't feel like LeBron is being undervalued in any way, but in certain things they could have been more vocal to him. But as far as a whole and total, since his stint of being a Laker, I feel like he's been valued as much as the Lakers possibly could. Yo, it's me, Chill, from the Chill Report. If y'all watched the video, I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to come back next time. Before you leave, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Become one of the chillest players in the game. And I'm out. Peace.